God, you look good.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was busy looking at myself. I missed it, man. I missed it. And I went to my closet. I was looking for like I think a hat or a beanie, just something besides the same black hat I always wear. That's just something. The mood struck.
Bro.
It's gonna be distracting though. I keep looking over at myself to see how my hair is.
Do you remember when I had long hair? I couldn't stop fucking with it the entire time that I
Yeah,
had it. It's a curse.
it's not a phase.
I don't even know where my wig is at.
Ugh.
I think I actually wrapped it up. I get it though. I get it. Like I've seen people like when we bought this thing and we did it for the stream or whatever, and I put it on. I totally understand why people that start to lose their hair, cut their hair short, do buy wigs. I get it. I understand. Like everybody like makes that joke about the
Feels
whole.
powerful.
It does. It is. It's super. Like you can get them different styles. You want them curly. You want it red.
I'm gonna go to fucking Korea and get those ones that they shave your head, they get adhesive it on, and they give you like that beautiful fucking fade. Oh God.
So my dad way back in the day had in Sacramento they did this thing called like the men's hair club or some shit like that. So like when my dad was like pushing that phase where like he was losing his hair, he did that thing. And so it's like real hair on like this like lining scalp thing, and they like cut your hair down and everything, and then it's like an adhesive, but it's like double-sided sticky tape basically.
That's so lame, and I want to do it.
Bro, it was the coolest thing. Like I remember sitting in there watching him get it done. When it gets done, it looks real, looks good. Like you couldn't tell that it was fake, except for when his hair started growing, it started to lift up a little bit, and I was like, all right, you gotta get that taken care of,
dude. This wig off Amazon is real enough for me, if I'm being honest. Like I don't even care what it like. I'm sure like in like regular light it looks terrible, but just right here, right now, I feel like a young Zach Flask.
Oh my god. Whatever happened to that kid? You talk to him anymore?
Yeah. Played a fantasy football league with him.
Oh, that's right. Guy. Yeah. Good old Zach, man. Those are good days, man. GameStop, Safeway parking lot, and pizza or Round Table Pizza.
Yeah. Take me fucking back.
Oh man, I'm happy I've grown to where I am in life, but yeah, I'd go back in a heartbeat.
I'm not.
Take me back to 07, 08. That's where I want to be. I've
got a great job in education, and it sucks. It sucks so bad,
bro. Like after this weekend with Corey, just reminded me like it's okay to be old. It's okay to like have limits because we went hard.
I mean, not with Corey.
That kid's limit is yet
to be. He never does.
Yeah. he's also yet to hit that peak, right? Like he will.
Yeah.
He will never hit that peak. Like he'll be the old man, the walker. Like,
well, our problem is we stopped. Huh? We stopped.
Yeah,
we stopped. He never stopped.
Bro, he's got a kid though. He's got a kid. He's got like a kid that is walking around
he's
and
just juggling. Oh, I mean, yeah, eventually he'll drop that ball, but right now he's still doing it.
I don't understand it.
It's like running, Like if you run every day, a fucking few miles don't feel like shit to you.
Sure.
But you take that fucking time off, you're not in the habit of running anymore. Sure. And now Corey Rose is doing the fucking Boston Marathon at a record pace, and we're fucking dying at level 2 on a treadmill.
Bro. It feels
in a Planet fucking Fitness somewhere.
Although I hung with them all day. I hung with them all night.
I can't do this anymore. I don't know how I did it. For that whole thing, my whole scalp is itching. Oh my god. Oh, balls. Oh, I can't. I don't know how we did it for a whole night.
Oh, it was because we drank. Alcohol. Yeah.
It
was because we drank all night.
I'll still keep you nice, though. I love you.
Yeah. Oh. I put it back in the hairnet, like put it like a nice thing, like it's in the area.
I like the Ziploc bag and everything. Yep. Yeah, no, it had its own spot.
Yeah.
It looks like the fucking briefcase in Pulp Fiction every time I open my fucking closet. Oh,
oh man. Well, welcome everybody back.
Yeah. What a fucking intro. Welcome back to You've Already Peaked Gaming.
God. That's how every one of it starts. Starts with something great, and then it's just being like,
and then it's just us just like thinking about the glory days.
Oh man.
Oh, fuck. How you been, man?
I've been good. It's been a weird week now that so our offices are kind of in limbo. So I've been working from home doing like my day-to-day stuff, and I catch myself fucking off way too often. Like way too often. Like I don't know how, because I have friends that do work from home stuff. You know, I've got my buddy Mark works for Facebook, buddy Kyle works for some tech company, my buddy Cliff works for Apple or some shit like that, and they're all remote work. They all work from home. Two of those guys, like, so Mark's got 2 kids. Kyle has 1 kid, you know. Oh yeah, for sure. And then you know, Cliff's got his dog or whatever it comes out to. But it's like, I don't know how people get shit done sitting at home.
Well, before you mentioned kids, I was going to say it takes a special kind of attention span that I'm not capable of. You know, I will. How long have I been saying I need to get my shit together for my tax guy? On like my days off.
At least a week.
All it is just fucking signing in and fucking downloading the 1099s, dude. And I find everything in the world to not do it.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's procrastination at this point. I think, I mean, maybe it's like ADHD or something, but like I'll start working and like I'm getting into it and I'm like get my stuff, doing my emails, and then I stop to wait for something. And then the next thing I know, I'm watching a YouTube video, like I'm fucking off in the bedroom.
The fucking worst.
I'm laying down on the couch, like watching TV.
Yeah, you walk into the bedroom and you're not even like you kind of like look around like, what was I doing? Then you kind of like lay on your bed and you pick up YouTube again.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and I know my boss is catching on to it because like he'll call me and be like, "What are you doing?"
You need a green screen, dude.
I know.
So you can do like the Zoom calls.
Yeah.
No, I'm in the office, and just every now and then you see fucking control. Fucking you're not looking at the camera, you're looking past.
Yeah, exactly.
Biting your fucking lip.
Oh god. Yeah, that's been one of the biggest things though, is just trying to keeping myself motivated. It also comes down to like, it's a weird point where my job is a lot of like going out, setting up businesses like right now, because we're in between times between like student turns and things like that. So we're trying to like get all this stuff lined out. That type of work is all just like hurry up and then wait, hurry up and then wait, hurry up and then wait. You know what I mean? So it's like when I do hit that wait point, it's like, I don't have to do shit. Like, and I feel bad because I know I'm going to get paid for it, but it's like, fuck, dude, like I would do anything.
Wait at home, wait at the office.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's like the only difference is like at the office, I can look like I'm busy. At home, I know I'm not busy. Like I can fake it at the office.
Have like a stack of papers, but your phone's still behind them.
Yeah.
Just working on the fucking reports.
I will tell you though, being at home with Wi-Fi, my fucking bill is gonna be like this month for because I always go over on my bill, and then they do the whole like, oh, you use too much data, like, so we're gonna slow it down. And I'm like, oh well, I use my phone for work, so I just pay to unlock the data, and they just like, it's $10 per gigabyte or whatever it is afterwards. So our bill's always like super chunky, and I just fuck it, I'll just pay it. But now this month I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be nice. This is a nice cheap bill this month.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
Oh, you know, it's it is what it is. Yeah. It's work, nothing fun. Yeah. Picking up extra shifts, working this weekend.
Are you fully recovered from Tuesday or Monday night? What day did you drink?
I think it was Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took a little bit. I played softball on Tuesday though, so that helped me like burn whatever like out. Little bit. Yeah, whatever little bit was there is like like a couple laps around the bases, fucking catching butterflies in the outfield.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Tired but good.
Yeah. That's we got home that night. So we're recording this on Thursday and our normal podcast day is Tuesday. And it was like, you text me and you're like, I'm fucking dead. Can we push this? Like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, and I had like half of a beer on the field. So I was like, you're playing slow pitch softball. You gotta drink beer.
Yeah.
And like literally like I was like drinking beer and like running. I'm just like I'm like falling asleep, like waiting for the pitch to fucking be thrown. Like, God, this is rough.
Oh man, that was the biggest thing when we were doing softball. Is like, people are like, you want to drink? Like, you need to chill the fuck out. Like, because we'd be just hammered out on the field. Remember that like A1 league or whatever, like, or the team that came down to play with us in like A3 or whatever the fuck it was, or whatever the numbering was. Those guys were just taking everything hella serious. It's like, bro, the beer
Yeah.
league, calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legal swing. Like literally, like the last game, we all got in like Halloween costumes and we played against each other. Like, you guys need to chill the fuck out. Like pushing through bases and trying to fucking force plays.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
Treating a fucking 80-pound girl guarding home plate like she's bust her pose and just blowing through her. Like, holy fuck, dude, calm down.
Oh man. He should he's a yapper, you know? He's in his glory day. He never made it to Triple A.
He never stopped peaking.
Yeah.
24/7 peak.
Oh man. Is he still playing Elden Ring?
Yeah, man. Fuck.
Did you touch it at all yesterday?
I can't stop.
I know, it's so good.
No. Yesterday I promptly came home, made some food, and died.
Yeah.
But for what time I don't spend playing Elden Ring, it always evens out on watching videos on how to play it better. So bad, dude.
Bro, I went through
it's so good.
I
keep waiting for that honeymoon phase to fucking end, and it just keeps like, no, I still love you. It's like the blowjobs are never gonna quit. I'm just fucking still.
I went through my YouTube history because I had a video that I had watched on something completely unrelated, and I was like, oh fuck, what was that video called? I can't remember. I'll go through my history to find it. I just kept scrolling past Elden Ring videos, and I was like, there's no way I've been watching this much content. Like, yeah, for sure. Just kept scrolling and scrolling. I found it was like how to make a fucking, egg and milkless cake or something like that. It's like a 45-second recipe on YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck? It's brutal. It's so good. I'm not burning by any means. Like, I'm not burnt on Elden Ring. But what I'm starting to catch myself doing, so our characters have been playing together. I've been like, okay, I'm gonna wait. There's the bosses there. We're kind of like in the later stages. I've just kind of been going around exploring, unlocking certain things, like finding, because there's still areas we haven't even got close to. So I've been going and just trying to figure out how to get to those spots so we can unlock them, right? It's like, okay, cool. And then I've just done this thing where I started making other characters, because like I have a couple. Oh, so Sean picked up the game.
There we
Yep.
fucking go.
So he picked it up. My buddy Mark picked it up, and he's like,
starting all new characters.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, I'll get a character like right at the front, so that way when he's ready to roll, we can go. And I started fucking around with a couple different builds, and I was like, well, because the way some of the content creators are doing their builds is they're copying their save file. They're making like a mule, and so they copy their save file, and then they take that save file and then they fuck around and change all their stuff, and then like, they don't really like it, they just reload the old save. They just copy and paste the old save back in, which is dope. It's a smart idea.
Yeah.
But then there's also the point is like, kind of the point of the game is like just playing it, and like it's cool when like
it's dying 37 times to beat that one boss to get you to the next stage, so that you can get those points.
Yeah. So it's like it's kind of interesting. So I made like a Faith build, which is awful. I don't know how anybody plays Faith. It's awful. It doesn't do shit for damage. I made a sorcerer build. I just already just demolishing people with that. And it's like, okay, magic OP.
Yeah, I'm. One thing I will say, I'm not over magic OP, but I'm ready to play a new style.
Well, I think it'll be good when Sean gets on, because then we can completely pick stuff that we just.
I'm gonna go like straight strength or straight dex or something like that. Just do something where I actively have to fucking like roll out the way and stuff. Not just like sit back, just like and just fucking wave my dick around.
I mean, like we talked about though, you are a glass cannon. Like, yeah, you can wave it around, but like if something farts in your direction, your character's just like, it's like, holy shit. How many boss pulls do we get in? Like, get aggro. Oh, I'm dead. Wait, hold on. Let's reset that.
Just fucking Rodan on his own. Just fucking like that. Just that one shot. I like just don't time it right. Just dead. Dead. Fucking 17 furled fingers later.
Oh God, yeah. You need to go on a farm list too, because you're getting low.
Yeah, I got like 6.
So outside of Elden Ring, you looking at any of this? So I wanted to talk about because this is something that this is the first time that I haven't been involved with it in like quite a few years. Is the race to world first for WoW. So have you heard about this? Do you know what this is?
No clue.
So the hardest difficulty in WoW raiding is Mythic raid tier, and that's like the hardest of the hardest. There's only like top 1% of the player base like get through it because of how difficult it is, at least at the opening. What by the time the end of the patch or the end of the expansion comes out, they've nerfed it so much that it's pretty easy to get through. But at the very, very beginning, this is like all untested, uncharted territory. People don't really have the gear for it. They haven't spent, 3-4 months gearing up to having the best. And so there's a group of people, different guilds or whatever, that race to world first. So there are a group of people that see who can get to the final boss and beat it before anybody else. And so this is a huge event that like the community has been putting on since World of Warcraft first came out. It's the first time I'm not playing a raid tier and like I'm watching it, and it's like it's so amazing to see people like these guys because they're fucking super intelligent when it comes to like gaming. They just figure shit out. Like, we're talking about a group of 20 people that are just like an extension of a body. They're like fingers, you know what I mean? They just like, they know where they're moving. Even on their fuck ups, everybody's like, yeah, we know we fucked up. Let's just pull it again. And they just go right back into it. And like everybody, and like the small little minute details, like, oh man, maybe we should hit this here. Oh, try a heal here on this point. And they just like push through. It's been really amazing to watch some of these teams for the past 4 or 5 years. So, like people like Method, I don't know if Method's in it for this race. Liquid, like some of these like big name people. It's been a lot of fun watching it. It's kind of killing me inside, like not playing. Like
I was gonna say, how you feeling about it?
It's been so.
Like, I'm done. I'm walking away. Then something like this pops up, and
I don't know if it's just the sunk cost fallacy, like getting to me, or if I'm literally the fucking poor kid out of the window, like you're like looking through and like seeing all like the people like partying and stuff like that, and you're just like, ooh, shucks, you know. I think the thing about it is like, because it's race to world first, and it's all these people fucking pushing really hard and like being sweaty ass gamers and like hella competitive. I think that's what keeps driving me into it. But then like I know it's the weeks after that, it's the months after that, when people are just like on farm and just like, oh god, let's kill this fucking boss again. Oh, we're just meeting up on Tuesdays and Thursdays because we want to keep the guild together. You know what I mean? Like outside of that, I don't want to do that shit. So I think I'm okay just watching it. But I just started thinking, because people like No Life, and they're trying, like, they wanted to go out to Texas, and do you say Texas? He wants to get out there too to like start this whole thing. No Life Gaming.
Nashville. He's in Texas right now. He's talking about Nashville.
So like starting like an organization or something like that. Like I started thinking, it's like, what would if we were to sit down and do something like that, a game, what game would you pick to be competitive at? Like if you had to pick a competitive game to play, and it could be anything. It could be Call of Duty. It could be fucking Roblox. I don't care. What would you be competitive with?
Probably Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. I hate that answer. I think it's so fucking mainstream and bullshit. But that's what I've played the most of.
Yeah.
I think, and then just as like the competitive aspect and stuff, like I feel like I understand that the best. Like I've like played ranked, I've like climbed up the ranked ladder and stuff like that. I would say I'm fucking pro or even like amateur level, but I think that would probably be the smoothest transition for me.
I would
be like a shooter like that.
Yeah. Okay. So that was my thing. It's like, I think I would be the best at, like, if I was to get into competitive, like outside of like the MMO scene, which is fine. It's its own thing. But like really when it comes down like that competitive, league stuff and what people, I would love to do a shooter, like be competitive at a shooter again. Cause I was like when Killzone first came out, like the first Killzone, they did like a bunch of like little small stuff for that. And like, I remember I played like in some like shitty ass league for Killzone for the PS2, and like that was a ton of fun. And then Killzone 2 came out. I think we did a Halo 3 thing for a little bit, and then Call of Duty 4 when that came out. I just fucking wasted our whole life. We played with a bunch of people that did like some small tournament stuff. Like that was a lot of fun. But I am shit at shooters nowadays. Me and Sean were just playing Valorant. That's why I when you text me,
Valorant. I was literally just about to say Valorant would probably be like a close second, just because at least it breaks up the monotony of just fucking run shoot. At least like there's some like game planning about like, oh, you have this power, you have this. We come in, we do this. That would kind of break it up a little bit, maybe. It's not quite the fucking sweaty fucking Call of Duty where you're running, sliding, fucking like jump diving, everything like that. But I think that could break it up enough.
yeah,
that I'd feel more comfortable about it.
because like
Going to another gamer and being like, "Oh, I play Valorant," and they're like, "At least you don't do Call of Duty." Like, oh, that was my next answer.
It sucks too. I'm really excited to see this whole like Activision being like, we're not going to do a yearly release on Call of Duty. Like this is the first time hearing something about Call of Duty. It's got me like pumped and like animated. Like I'm ready to play a good Call of Duty game. Like something.
Yeah. I'm excited too. Hopefully. I mean, they have.
I can see you look so dejected. It's just like you understand the look in your face is like, I know.
But it's like, it's not sky's the limit. Fucking floor's the limit too, man. Like, they can really go fucking either way so easily.
I mean, I'd be happy to do one of two things, like in that the extremes. Bring it back to like a good thing, or tank it so bad there's never another Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'd be okay.
Right?
With it. I'd be okay.
Yeah, like just drive
their fucking infinite warfare, and then they're like, "Our bad. Okay, we're done."
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm okay with it.
I'd be 100% okay with it, or even just a new IP, just something completely different. Give Infinity Ward something different to do.
Let them take the fucking engine that you have. Take the fucking movement, the fucking like, because like you can. That's what you compare all shooters to, like the movements, the mechanics, and everything like that. Like Call of Duty has that down 1,000%. It's just all the all the filler, all the details, all the story, and it's like, how many times can you fight? Like, what are we gonna do? Reenact Granada? We're gonna fight a fucking 2-hour war for the campaign?
Yeah,
like there's just so much potential, but they just keep fucking it.
Would you consider Call of Duty games right now, or like Call of Duty, Battlefield, those type of like shooters, which are like the yearly releases? Would you consider them on the same scale of like 2K games, like NBA or like Madden games at this point? Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
Like it just like there's no sustenance to them. They only release the games for the people that continuously buy the games, right? Like there's not. It's not like they're trying to get like new people.
I don't understand why you fucking buy them. Like, I remember I bought like a fucking like a Madden game like 2 years in a row, and I was like, I just wanted like a different roster, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then like they're all, we updated the truck stick, we updated this, and it's like, you're just making it so much like, I guess like okay,
yeah.
It's like if a girl were to like give you like a hand job, and then like a week later she's all, check this out, now I'm doing it upside down. And you're like, what was fucking wrong with the other way? Just fucking spitting it or something. Like it's such like a fucking like pool, I guess.
It's one of those things where I think the franchise, or like especially like Activision or like even Infinity Ward, know that they're not going to reinvent the wheel with this. Like shooters play a very specific way. Look, here's the biggest thing with any shooter when it comes to multiplayer. How good are your maps? Right? Like, because the guns are always going to do the same shit. Like, sure, you can tweak guns here and there. Like, but like when it comes to like warfare game, you'll have a pistol, you have a shotgun, you have an LMG, you have a assault rifle. You know what I mean? Like that shit isn't going to change. And like it all depends on what period of time you stick them in. Like I'm waiting for Call of Duty Civil War, you know, just like people loading muskets and shit like that out of the
I'd be
field.
so much more okay with that than like jumping to the future and having fucking laser guns again.
But again, the biggest thing is like if you build a dope ass map where you have lanes, you've got like snipe points that you can play on. You know what I mean? Like it's not just
Beaver Creek.
Yeah.
If you give us a Beaver Creek like in Halo, where there's like a clear like sniping thing, and you got to get through that, otherwise that sniper's got a fucking lane on you, and then you're in like the fucking real close quarter stuff. But like Call of Duty's all just fucking
Call of Duty.
clusterfuck.
I was gonna say respawn
All
points.
shipment.
Like it's all shipment. It's all shipment, or it's like, hey, where are the standard respawn points so the dude with a shield and knife and fucking sprint speed can just like run around and knife people on respawn. You know what I mean? It's like that's not fun. That's never fun. Like the people that do that as like a meme build, it was like what was one of the Call of Duties that had like
guilty
Dragon's Breath. You remember Dragon's Breath on the fucking snub or whatever it was?
Yeah.
That thing was fucking awesome. It was a ton of fun, but it was so OP because it was just like first off, it's a shotgun. You're just sniping people with fucking Dragon's Breath. You know what I mean? And then it was like, it was one of those things like, it's kind of memey. I get it. But then something like in your brain goes like, yeah, but I'm getting kills. Like my KDA is up. Like I'm not going to stop that, you know?
I just do it for the fucking, the death comms.
Yeah.
Purely.
Yeah.
Purely death comms.
I was going to say, was it Modern Warfare 2 that had the 1880, what are they? The
1886s,
and you can akimbo them. It's like, oh my god,
yeah,
that was so dope. That was probably that was the meme build of the time. It was so dirty. Dope. Yeah,
people the original meme build.
Just run around full sprint, just like bah 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 bah. Oh my god, I said just wanting a new shooter, just wanting a good, clean, good shooter to play. Like we played Apex. I feel like Apex has been a lot of fun.
I really like Apex.
Apex is good, except for the whole, like we were talking about, locked rosters and then like ability. Like I don't like shooters that are like ability based shooters. You know what I mean? Like I kind of just want like your Halos, your Call of Duties, your Battlefields, where it's like you have a loadout and a kit. And then you go from there. You know, once you start throwing abilities into it, then it's like, you know, there's a good character that like is like their abilities can like counteract that other person's ability. But it's like that's just fucking too many min-max numbers. I just want to pull the trigger and shoot someone. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that just doesn't exist right now. There's just not anything like that out there. Halo was cool for a minute, but I burnt hella fast on that. I don't even like Halo, and I put like a ton of time into it.
I loved Halo, and I put a ton of time into it. And man, that honeymoon phase I did quick.
Yeah, that peaked hard. Dude.
It was so fucking cool for like a weekend, and then the next weekend, and then the next weekend, and then it's just like still playing this.
Yeah, feels bad too, because like Halo, I didn't even touch the campaign. And like everybody was like, "Oh, the campaign was fucking great," and I was like, "I just all I want to do is
co-op."
Yeah,
I want to do the campaign.
Yeah,
like, I want fucking truth and reconciliation again.
Yep. I wanted. All I wanted to do was just play SWAT and play campaign. That was it.
It's like SWAT was cool, but it's like you have so like little like game modes. So like you play like you play Slayer, you play SWAT, you play Oddball. You just rinse and repeat. And it's like at first, like it's so shiny and fucking like everything is kind of glowing. You're like, oh my god, Master Chief's back again. And you're jumping a fucking warthog with your bros. You're riding around, and then fucking 3 hours later, you're rubbing your eyes and you're looking at Master Chief again. You realize he's just a corpse on like marionette strings. They're like, make us more money. And they're just like somebody's fucking pulling the strings. He's all, come follow me, $69.99 in the Steam store. It's like,
it's once you pull that wool off your eyes, it's just that picture of like the dead horse and the guy with the stick just beating it. You know what I mean? Like that's all this is.
Yeah.
But in that, like we were talking about, I sent you that thing talking about also like genres that are failing is the looter shooter genre. So did you see? So I sent you that thing. I don't know if you took a peek at it. Did you read at it at all?
I took not a lot, not
Okay.
a lot. I figured I'd let you elaborate into it, but what I saw was Square Enix released a game and nobody played it.
Yeah.
And my response to that would be Outriders, Square Phoenix. It's not like you exactly have like the most trusted name. And when Outriders was going through its shit, Square Enix was nowhere to be found to help them. They're all figure it out.
Well, so. it's like it's this game, and
not that Square Enix really was like something I'm like, oh my god, Square Enix put out something, and like that's gonna be what drives me to buy their game. Like I guess I'm just not that kind of person. I assume there are people like that out there for certain titles, but
well, you know what's funny is that Babylon's Fall. Yeah. So, you know, the biggest thing that Square Enix behind right now, and like this is what, as a developer or whatever it comes out to, or just like as a publisher in themselves, because I don't think they developed this one. They put out a looter shooter that no one fucking played. No one played. I think it launched with, I think it peaked at close to 1,000 people. Its concurrent players are like 400 or something like that.
And it's just like the fucking devs and their family trying to fucking support them.
Yeah, it's whoever got free copies.
Hey, Uncle Chris.
it's whoever got review copies, basically.
Yeah.
Those are the only people that are playing this game. Now, we can talk about...
Makes me feel bad for him.
Yeah, you can talk about like maybe it's timing, because it came out right around the same time that Elden Ring came out, and that game...
Well, yeah, that game eclipses all.
It's literally, like, it's just... If you're looking for something in that aspect, like that game is, even people who hate it, like, and we'll get into this in a second because I want to talk about this too. This is fucking fantastic. But going back to this whole thing, the last game that Square Enix put out that was like done by a different developer or whatever was the Avengers fucking looter shooter game that flopped miserably.
I didn't even know that was the thing.
Yeah, exactly. It was a game that was designed around different heroes that you played as, and like you got different like things. It was a looter shooter in that spec, but it was like set in the Avengers universe, so like Hulk, Iron Man, fucking Thor, the whole thing, and you just played, just smash the shit out. And people who bought the game were like, you know, it was hyped up all the way. Five Gum was like advertising the shit out of this game, and like it was a huge point. Like they put all this marketing in this game, and everybody was like, oh my god, it's gonna be fucking great. And it was like right at peak time when like I think End War or End Game or what was the fucking event? I don't know. I stopped watching MCU movies, but whatever the last one that came out was like same time period. So people were like, "Oh fuck, an Avengers game is gonna be dope," and then everybody's like, "Oh, this game has no content. It's like a few hours worth of fun, and the replayability is so boring that no one wants to do it."
Which is outrageous when you think about like there's no content. What?
Yeah,
the MCU spans like 20 fucking years. Like, yeah, how is there no content? You can't just fucking like take some storylines from here and there.
MCU spawns 20 years. Marvel spawns fucking since the 60s or 50s or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's like
even if you're just like in that like immediate like phase 1 or like phase 4 time frame, like how do you not have content?
My eyes being open to that was because right before that game fucking launched was Anthem. So you went from Anthem and everybody going.
Is that Square Enix too?
No, God, I don't think so. No.
Just hit the point, swinging and missing.
Put me back on the plate.
Yeah, go on, Coach Daddy Hex.
God, no. I think Anthem was BioWare. Oh no, EA and Frostbite. Oh no, Frostbite.
Yeah, EA. That makes sense.
EA and Preston Watermark. So yeah, EA put out Anthem, and that was fucking trash. And everybody was like, "Wow, this game's kind of dog shit." And they were like, "Well, you know, looter shooters doesn't really have the kind of thing." And then the Avengers came out for like this thing, and everybody's like, "Okay, Anthem sucked. Let's do this." And then it was like, "Oh, this is trash. This is awful." Then the next game that came out, there's a looter shooter, was fucking Outriders. And people are like, wow, this is kind of trash too. This kind of sucks. So now Square Enix pushes out this next game to 400 fucking people or 1,000 people. And it's like,
you know what I want to see? I want you to get a screen grab of all 4 of those games, all side by side. I want you to do a jump animation, a sprint animation to see if it's like all the same.
Yeah.
It's like reskinned it. Like, fuck, try selling it again. Fuck.
You know how much fucking money we spent on this? Like, we're gonna get our goddamn money's worth. Like,
fucking Outriders.
it's better now.
Outriders wasn't a terrible game, to be honest. Like the storyline was meh. Like the mechanics, you're like, all right. So
Your main
like this,
character
like,
was so
it's kind
fucking
of like
boring.
it's kind of like Destiny. It's kind of like this. It was like this like weird hodgepodge of like different games. And they kind of threw it together. It wasn't a terrible idea. It had playability. It's just it was so fucking bug ridden. And fucking, you could never get on servers, and like you couldn't play with your. It was supposed to be like a co-op game, and by the time like it was fixed, I was just burnt out on it. I literally,
Yeah.
like, I wanted to take the people who made that game and didn't fix it for me, so I could play with my friends to the SPCA. I wanted to adopt a dog with them, and then I wanted to put that dog down in front of them. Like, I was just so fucking like irrationally angry.
Let him get attached for like a week.
Yeah. Just bludgeon it to death like a baby seal. Oh my god, I was so fucking pissed off at that game. And that's like the first time I've ever like gotten into it with somebody on Twitter. Was tweeting back and forth at them like, fuck your game, they're all fixes coming soon. Fuck your fixes. We appreciate your input. Like they're trying to be so positive, but they just kept responding to me. And I, for what it's worth, I fully blame Square Enix, because so many people are like, with a name like Square Enix behind them, how can they fail?
Yeah.
With support by Square Enix, and it's just like this fucking like I'm sure like 7 guys in a fucking supply closet, like just trying to figure this shit out. Like, how do we get servers? Square Enix, can you help us? They're like, no, we're just collecting our royalties, and just like hang up the phone on these guys.
Sorry, you got to call us during our regular hours, and we're based out of Japan. So if you're not calling us at 3 a.m, we're not going to answer.
Yeah.
You know?
Fucking.
It is funny to see like this genre, the looter shooter genre, in a sense, kind of like come to a close. Like, I feel like the last big looter shooter that I played that I still have downloaded was the Division 2. I feel like even
up to a close.
Yeah,
we ain't done. I'm in Elden Ring. I'm shooting fucking meteors and I'm looting. Call it what you
Come
want.
on,
bruh.
you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah,
That like scale of shit. I mean, yeah, you can call. I mean, I think when I was looking up this whole thing when looter shooters, because I was trying to figure out. I think Lost Ark came under that. It was like, that's kind of an MMO. It's like, well, we have, you know, and I think the Division kind of falls under the MMO too, because there's like dungeons and raids and stuff you do. I think the same thing with like Destiny, where Destiny may have been a looter shooter at one point in time. I think it's definitely more on that MMO scale now, where like, and I don't mean, it's kind of weird because like any looter shooter that you can play online is technically an MMO, right? Massively multiplayer online game, right?
Yeah.
But like, that actual genre of like killing enemies, having loot drop, and then like it being a scaled like blue, green, blue, yellow, whatever it comes out to type of thing, and then just having this type of like cycled content. It's the same shit. Just put you in a zone, tons of mobs. There's like a loot cave you just fire into and just get like stuff. Like, I don't think that this genre is going to come back. I think people are interested in that stuff right now.
Well, maybe not purely in its form, but I mean, they'll always, like you said, like it's kind of but technically it's like an MMO. I think we're just seeing a lot of bleeding. Everybody's kind of scrambling. Like, games are kind of getting like stale, repetitive. They're running out of ideas. How are they going to do it? This worked in this game. This worked in this game. They're just going to kind of pull it through. So yeah, maybe like the purest looter shooter will be gone, but we'll always have patches.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about it. Like Elden Ring, so FromSoft has, when they first put out Demon Souls and Dark Souls, or at least Dark Souls. I think Demon Souls was kind of the classic like hipster kid. Like if you played Demon Souls back in the day, like you were the like I played like From Software games before it was cool type of thing. And then like some dude was like, yeah, when I played King's Quest, like, or whatever the fuck it was called, King's Sword or whatever, way back then. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
But when Dark Souls came out, there was a slew, just, I mean, everywhere you looked, there was some Souls-like game. Like to the point now
Yeah.
where it's its own kind of like subgenre of like action RPGs. Like you see all these titles called Souls-like because it has this like difficulty, this like almost roguelite type of like game of death and like going back into like trying again. So now I'm wondering when we're starting to see the Souls-like open world games. What's the next big one that's going to come out in that aspect? Who's going to pump out, this next bullshit, game in that manner?
Yeah.
Because I don't know who's going to top Elden Ring. You know who will top Elden Ring? And this is the next thing I want to talk about. The reviews for Elden Ring are fucking, they're crazy. They're crazy. They're like 5s and 1s. And like all the 5s are just like the fanboys just sucking dick. And all the 1s are the classic people that have been bitching about these same games since day one. Like, there's no direction, there's no difficulty, there's no fucking journal.
There's no difficulty.
Well, yeah, like there's no difficulty setting. Like, I want to play on easy mode.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Well, go fuck yourself if you ever play on easy.
I mean, true.
Like if the game starts out, it has easy, like Halo scale.
Sure.
Like what was it? Like rookie, veteran, battle hard, like legendary with like the 2 crosses and the skulls. If you didn't play in the fucking top 2, go fuck yourself. True. I'm sorry. I've also
good. I've picked up games that have been so bad, I've put them on easy just to get through them. To say I've like played through it. You know what I mean? Like I've played multiple games where it's like getting like halfway through and be like, this game kind of sucks dick. Drop it down to easy just so I can play through the story. Say I beat it, be done with it, get rid of the game. Yeah. There's no reason to like increase like this arbitrary difficulty on like a fucking single player story game that's just trash. You know what I mean?
Stop playing it.
Yeah, but
these can say I never dropped it to easy.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
I played it on fucking ultra hardcore.
Yeah,
I just quit.
And I quit. That's $60 just down the drain.
Yeah. I mean, I've spent more money on stupider shit.
Yeah, very true. Oh yeah,
but I won't buy one skin at Apex.
Yeah. Should we unlock characters? Nah, bro, too much money. But the thing about the 1-star reviews that Elden Ring has gotten has been all the people that literally say the same thing. They all say the same thing. I don't understand the questing. The difficulty is too hard, or there's no scaling. I don't know where I'm going. I'm riding around just emptying. Like I die constantly, just stupid fucking things. The person the company that's going to come out, and I feel bad for saying this because it's still the idea and run with it, is the company that's going to have the next successful open world Souls-like game is going to have one where you load in. There's a journal. There's like on the HUD, it shows you the direction you need to go so you can like run out and do it. That's gonna be the next hitter. Like that'll be the next hitter. It is. I absolutely believe it is. But
I mean, yeah, no. Recipe for success, but it's so fucking weak.
I think that the recipe for success is capturing the audience that Elden Ring couldn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you make money? You're gonna make it money off of the people that like, I bought the game, it's too fucking weird, I quit. I return my money. Fine, here's this game. Play this.
This is a better version of it. So glad I played this game.
And the guy,
fucking boils my blood.
Yeah.
It makes me want to fucking go like Jay and Silent Bob, like at the end of Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, where they go through all the people that like talk shit on them on the internet forum. Like, are you ass munch 67? And they just drive to each of their houses and kick their asses. Every 1-star review that's like that. Yeah, I want to do that to them.
Yeah. It's also one of those things where, someone was saying how it feels shitty when you play a game where the devs didn't give you any direction and you end up missing all these quest lines. You end up missing these characters and these NPCs, and like it feels bad because sometimes exactly. The devs don't give a shit if you miss
it again.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck.
Be on the lookout for it.
Explore. It's an open fucking world. What did you ask for? You wanted unlimited directions. Get on your fucking horse.
It is also one of those things like, oh, I missed this storyline, and the next way
I get it.
I gotta go. Cool. I gotta go beat the general again. Like,
I'm in the same boat, buddy. Get good.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's how the community has looked at this for years. Is just get good. Get good. Like, yeah, you suck at the game. That's basically what it comes down to. Your 1-star review is
the people that say get good for summoning. Fuck you. The people that say get good for getting a friend in to help you beat a boss. Fuck you. But the people that leave 1-star reviews because you can't explore a creek and see a fucking statue that requires a sword in its skull, get good.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. It's more infuriating too because this isn't new. Right? Like, this isn't new. This same formula. And I'm not, you know what? There's more in this game, in the idea of formula, than there ever has been in any Souls game. There's a fucking map. There's a marker system. I just found today that you can go in, you know how we press triangle and it goes into like the menu that shows you all this? You can click the right stick in and it will check mark certain ones. It's called a favorite system, but you can actually start checking things off to say, oh, I've been there. I've done that. You can use that system to kind of, that shit has never existed before in these games. Like, that's, if you talk to someone from like Dark Souls 1 or 2 time period about what Elden Ring is now, they'd be like, oh, this game's gone fucking soft. You know what I mean? Like, back in my day, I had there wasn't even a teleport system until you killed one of the hardest bosses in the game and got the Lord Vessel, and then you could fucking teleport to different bonfires. You know what I mean? You could do that from the start in this game.
Yeah.
And so the progression of like how this game is going, and even like Miyazaki and the team had come out and said like we're going to make this game a little bit easier for more people to get into. You're absolutely right.
Give them an easy mode.
But that's right. You didn't give them a HUD or a journal that shows right. Now, here's the thing. A journal, okay, like part of me also like agrees and disagrees. I have a fuck ton of fucking key items in my bag from just exploring and doing shit. I have no idea where any of these things go to. I have no idea who I'm supposed to talk to. I go back to areas NPCs are not there. I'm out exploring, looking for certain NPCs that are not. And then
you talk to an NPC. You play the game for an hour. You don't remember what the fuck you said.
Exactly right. There's a lot of that. I've backtracked. I've been holding on to an item for so long. I finally got to the point where it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna look online and just see what the fuck I'm missing. It's literally part of a story quest that I can't get anymore. I can't do because I miss my opportunity. And so for me, it's like, fuck. Part of me goes, I just want a reference. I want something to be able to be like, hey, this is a quest item.
Nah.
Exactly, but I'm on that same page.
I don't fucking want it. You know what? Next playthrough, I'll do better. And that's the fucking replayability for me.
You're absolutely right.
That's what makes me want to fucking, and it's not just fucking I want to play fucking not as a fucking wizard anymore. I want to play like a fucking strength build where I just fucking dick slap somebody with a great sword. But on top of that, I want to do better. I want to not have that wizard die mid-sentence to a fucking Tyrannosaurus dog.
Yeah.
Like, right. I want to fucking, like, I want to check it off. And you know what? Once I get them, I want to know the order that I should get them in.
Yeah.
And I want 100% completion.
Yeah.
On all of it.
Well, I found out there are 6 different endings. Yeah. And it all depends on specific NPC quest lines that you do. I fucked up one of the NPC quest lines. So the chick that's been following us from the beginning, I won't spoil it overall because it's kind of late game, but I was down in this fucking area. I was doing this whole thing. Like I found my way down in the sewer, like got to the bottom.
With the titties, I know what
you're
talking about.
So I get all the way to the bottom and there's this door. I can't figure out how to open it. There's a bunch of signs on the ground that kind of led me to what I had to do. So I had to take all my armor off and that was the only way to open the door. Well, then something was inside the door. I got, put inside this whole thing. I leave. I go back to the fucking bonfire. The chick who gave us the horse at the beginning was like, oh, hey, you picked up the thing? Fuck you. We're no longer friends. And if I see you at the end, I'll kill you. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, what happened? Like, how did I fuck this whole thing up? Like, I've been doing everything. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And so like, that's just gonna be one of those endings. No matter what I do now, no matter what other thing I finish in the game, that's gonna be my ending. Okay, well, tough titty now. There's
It'll be
nothing
that
I can.
fucking the picture of you at the end of the that you sent me with like the frog head and the flowers. Like, no, but wait, I didn't mean it. No,
Yeah, tough titty, man.
I'll
And
fucking dare you.
I do like that risk reward in this game where it is very much so like you can explore, but exploring can also be your downfall.
Yeah.
You can find a boss that fucks you over and you lose all your souls. You can find a fucking NPC quest line that fucks over your entire game. You know what I mean? You can
That's
find
the exciting part.
It is. And
What if you forget? You do it again. 30 more hours in.
Yeah.
And then you have to start again.
I was just thinking like where we're at, we're so close to wrapping up like the main story quest, but I just found a whole brand new area. A whole brand new area. I just fucking stumbled upon this thing by getting through it. Oh my god. And it is a fucking event to get to it. It's a whole thing. And then getting down this area that I found, I'm like, oh my god. It's so sick. It's so cool because 90 hours in the game, I'm still discovering things. 90 hours in the game, I'm still missing things. You know what I mean?
That's how you get good. That's how you get good.
You just play. You just play a game. You just
Yeah.
play it. Now,
motherfuckers.
the thing is like you look at replayability on video games. This is one of those games that you can replay again. This is how I mean all the Dark Souls games I played. It's just I always did them over and over and over again. You know, it's just how it is. I love that point of it, but there's also like a point where this game is so big and so massive that I kind of want to find that scaled down route if I want to play it again to just like fuck around. Like, okay, what's a good boss I want to go fuck with? How do I get to that point? And that's where I'm trying to like close my mind. And that's why I started watching some of the speedrunners. So speedrunners have already started getting into it. I sent you that thing today. 49 fucking minutes.
Yeah, I mean, fuck that guy.
Yeah. I mean, smushed. Fucking smushed though. 49 minutes of the game is a fraction. We're talking I have a character that's 90 hours right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That dude did
the
it.
one that I'm playing right now is 60-ish hours.
Yeah. I've got two more.
And that's what a lot of you like you doing legwork. You're like, I found this. I'm like, okay. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot of stuff I didn't even fucking beast out on my own.
Yeah. It's just me wandering and finding shit. And I think that's the next big thing. We're talking about 49 hours or 49 minutes to beat the game, but not getting any of the extra endings, not picking up any of the cool ass fucking weapons, not going to discover any of the stuff, just like a specific route from start to credits. 49 minutes. Cool. Dope. That's awesome. I love it. I love seeing that type of shit. It also puts you in 49 minutes can put you in end game territory where you get to discover certain things and like be in certain places. I'm okay with that too, you know? But like there's a whole
And that also opens up 6 different endings. 49 minutes for one ending. So what's the fastest way to get to the second ending?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like even for if you're like into speedrunning, it's pretty big.
Yeah. And that was an any percent run, you know? So it's like, you know, how do you get a different ending? What's the fastest way to get to that point? Or like some of the people are doing challenge runs already where they're doing soul level 1. They're taking the depraved or the wretch. You stay soul level 1 and you beat the game. You don't level up at all.
Jesus.
You can level up all your weapons. You can level up all your gear. You can do all of that shit, but you can't level up.
Just imagining how long a boss fight would take.
Oh my god. Well, I mean,
just punching again.
Well, you find you find a weapon that's a 10-10, like a short sword or something like that, and you level it up to the max. Yeah, you could probably do a little bit of work. Shit's gonna take fucking time. And then if you do an all boss run, I think I was looking at it, I was like, there's something like 100+ bosses in this game or some shit like that. No, that's too many. I think like field bosses.
I think it's around 70
with field bosses or whatever. Yeah, it's
7. I think I watched. It was like 65, but some of them were like grouped up, like the Knights Cavalry are like considered all like one boss in that list.
Like 2 of
so
them in there,
yeah, there'd be 2 dragons. There's 2 separate types of dragons, but like one are like the lesser dragons that only have like a certain set of moves, and then one are like the frost and like the rot dragons, and there's like 7 between them. So I think it's like right above 70.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean that makes sense. And I feel like I've barely killed. I mean, I killed a lot of bosses, but I don't think I've killed.
I don't think we're like halfway through.
No way, man.
There's a lot more.
The fact that I just discovered a brand new area. How many bosses are there?
Yeah.
How many bosses do I know are at locations like out in the snow region, like on that ice lake, and you're like, oh, that's a boss area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just run past and skip because
It's a big open, like snowy, misty, like nah. And you see like it's all gray steak, like the swimming pool. You're all, this isn't where I parked my car. Just shifty eyes looking around.
That's a cool thing. What I really enjoy is like watching like someone like you who's kind of like a newer player to like this type of like series or whatever, like getting in and like being able to like pinpoint those things and see like that's bait. I'm not going there.
You hear the ground start quaking. You're like, you're just pressing sprint on the fucking horse. Run, steed!
Bro, I got lost. Okay, there is where I got to my fuck up ending that I found. There is a sewer system that like you get in underneath the castle that like takes you to a specific boss and all these things. Totally cool. Found it by mistake, found it by accident. Like, so we'll have to go down there and take a look. It was like, what I want to say it was like maybe Tuesday night. And you're like, oh, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I was like, perfect, cool. Get out of here. We got done talking. I ate some food, came, sat down. I was like, playing for a little bit. It's like 9:30, got into Stewards. I was like, okay, I'm going to get through this. Just get through to the next fucking point. Didn't die. Like didn't die at all. Didn't have to reset the grace or anything like that. I found the next grace at the boss at fucking 11:15. I was lost in the sewers for an hour and 45 minutes. I was so mad. I couldn't figure out where to go. I just kept fucking. I think I get to a new spot and it just backtracked me to another area. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I was like, do I look up a guy? I'm so tired. I just want to look. And then I was like, no, don't do it. Just fucking figure it out yourself.
Go through, figure out what like you don't use the most of, like mushrooms. Like you've got like 9,000 mushrooms. Just Hansel and Gretel it. Just drop little items around.
So that's what I ended up doing. So you get those fucking little glintstone things or whatever they're like. They're like colors. I just started putting them into certain junction points, so that way I knew when I come back. And it was infuriating. That was worse than fucking just running in circles, being like I'm lost, because I get back to a point where the fucking stone was, and I was like, I've already been here. Like, god damn it. You know what I fucking found my way out? There's a hole in the ground in one of the sections that looks like all the other holes in the ground where you need to jump through, but there's a ledge, like a thing, and it takes you down to a next pipe level, and that's what moves you on. You can go up, down a million different ways, but if you don't fall in this one fucking hole, you won't go anywhere, and you waste your time. That, to me, is beautiful level design. Smart. Yeah. Fucking beautiful.
Yep.
You wasted...
that's what it's about.
You wasted an hour and 15 minutes of my life because I, the player, wasn't smart enough to look down. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't fucking look down. When I finally looked down, that's that heroin that we're talking about.
Yeah.
The fucking dopamine went through the roof. And I was like, oh my god. And then it was like 5 seconds to the boss were there. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was so mad. I was so mad.
This is why Elden Ring is so bad and so good. That heroin. Just talking about it, my cheeks hurt from smiling. Oh, God. We literally, what was the podcast last week? How many minutes until we were like, do you just want to call this early?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think we got like
I mean, for content.
Yeah.
For us to have it next week. Yeah, we should probably just hop on right now.
Oh, my God. You quitting tomorrow?
Fucking, what time was, yeah. What time was it where I was like, dude, I have to get ready for work tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. I hop in the shower, a video comes up, I'm like, want to use this, boss? Dude, we gotta do this before it gets patched. Logging in right now. It's that good.
I put my sign down because I was like, oh, wonder how many people are trying to cheese this boss at this point. They haven't patched it yet, so let's see what's going on. Put my sign down, everyone's trying to cheese it. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is easy because if we can get over, if one person can get over, they can just farm the boss and everybody gets the fucking thing. The one thing I hate about this game is there's no way to really talk to the people in the game, no matter what you do. So a host of embers sees someone go over and start fighting. They walk through the fog wall, starts the boss fight. And so
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So it's like, you son of a bitch, like just wait here
Yeah.
if you can't get over it. You know what I mean? But it was one of those things where it's like the cheese is great because like every time you kill him, I think it is a summon, you get like 300k. And like that's chunky souls, dude. Chunky souls. The only thing you have to do is get the jump over. If you can get the jump on the first try, in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start those new characters. Come on, Sean.
Yeah. He's coming over for dinner tomorrow. I'm giving him the Steam controller because I don't think he has a controller. He's playing on mouse and keyboard right now. It's like, it's really difficult. yeah, it's fucking really difficult. I watched a streamer play it on mouse and keyboard. I don't know.
I can imagine.
I don't know how. There's so many different inputs. Like, I don't know where you would even put these on a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no clue, man.
Yeah.
That would be a fucking night. I'm like just looking at the keys, trying to imagine. It's like, ugh.
Bro, and trust me, like
Your hand looks like this.
Like every combat is like you taking your hand off your mouse to use like two hands. Like that's the only thing I can think of. It was like trying to fight to get the Bluetooth set up on my computer. Like I wasted, I don't know how long, almost 2 hours that opening night trying to get my Bluetooth to work for the PS4 controller for the computer. Yeah. And I finally just gave up and I was like, fuck, because I couldn't find a cord that was long enough. I actually just bought, they're probably sitting outside right now, 25-foot or 15-foot cables. Because like I'm playing on.
Be back there in the chair behind you.
Yeah, it's exactly right. That's because that's what I want to do. I want to fucking be able to sit down in the chair, like put the legs up and play this a little bit off my monitor. But the cord I have is only like a 4.5 feet. It's like that's only 4 feet or 3 feet or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I can only play it right here. And like I couldn't find this cord. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just play on mouse and keyboard. It's launch day. I'll just fucking figure it out. Nope. I fucking tore this room apart looking for that cord. It's like, no way. Oh, Christ. It's gonna keep this talk of ours is always gonna come back to Elden Ring for quite some time, I think.
Yeah.
I really wanted to talk about fucking World first. Couldn't give a shit less. I really wanted to talk about the looter shooter genre falling apart because I'm in love with the looter shooter.
And I was all, you know, it's a looter shooter when you throw meteorites and you pick up some fucking swords.
Oh my god!
It's too much. It's like being 11 years old and finding out about tits. It's like that's all you want to talk about.
Yep. But it's good. That means it's good, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That. To me, this game is like Borderlands. Like it's just so fucking cool. And like cool in a way that like I would get like a fucking something from this game like tattooed on my body. Like I'm not going to get fucking Call of Duty. I'm not going to get fucking even Halo's kind of like I love Halo, but like I'm not going to get a Master Chief. Fuck you, but like you see somebody with like a fucking like a Borderlands like psycho tattooed on, you're like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
You see something from like Elden, like this is just like that's just that like S tier fucking cool.
Yeah.
In so many different fucking ways.
Finding out about some of the lores we've been playing has been like, because I'm a huge story nerd when it comes to these games. Like not just these games, but just any games. I love stories in video games.
And the story behind this one is wild.
It is wild. You know what we haven't really like gotten into? All of the items in the game, this is how like FromSoft usually tells their stories. All of the items in the game have descriptions. All of the descriptions are written to give you story. So if you sat and went through all of your items and read all of them, you would get 10 times more story than what would have just been like drip fed via like NPCs or cutscenes and stuff like that. So like what the community ends up doing is they collect all the items, they go through and they look at all of the fucking description for everything, and then in the next couple months you're going to start seeing people like Vadi and everything coming out with like lore videos. Like one of the guys way back in the day, Epic Name Bro, he was like the first person to do like lore videos on like the Dark Souls games. They're fucking out of this world. And then Vadi, I think, took over and Epic stopped doing it or whatever. But these guys, this community literally hunts for things that they were missing. They find specific locations in game that match up with item descriptions, and they talk about that. And you see like statues or things like that, and like they compare certain. It is fucking wild. It'll be a year before we have all of the fucking story completely laid out, and it's all community driven. Like the developers put it all in the game, but they don't tell us anything. Nobody talks about it. They're just like, here's the cutscene, here's the game, here's your items, have fun.
And that's wild and so fucking cool, but also so frustrating because we still can't even get George R.R. Martin to finish Game of Thrones. Like, just give us the last book, and we're gonna have everything from this game before we have that.
You know why he won't ever finish Game of Thrones? Because
they already ruined it.
HBO already fucking ruined it, and there's no reason for him to go. He's already been paid. Like because I remember reading something and they were saying like how it worried he was going to die or whatever. So they asked him, like the writers of the show asked him, you know, how does Game of Thrones end? And then when they got to the point where it's like, well, you haven't put the book out. We need to put another season out. And then he was like, yeah, just do whatever you want. They fucking wrote it. And he's like, oh, I'm already been paid.
Gave him like some bullet points like, this is kind of like what I was thinking. And they're like, we'll run with it. And that's where everything starts deraveling. And like this fucking beautiful, intricate story just turns to shit.
Yeah.
Which is also maybe a brilliant fucking play by FromSoft, because they were like, listen, we're already pretty good at what we do. You got some wild ideas. Give us some backstory. You don't need to worry about player mechanics. You don't need to worry about all that. Just give us some stuff to run with. And he's all, I was born for this.
Yep.
It has some fucking 10 pages. They're like, this will work.
Yeah. So I read through a couple more articles. I guess his whole involvement in the game, because it's like everywhere you read is like, you know, Miyazaki, like From Software, and like George R.R. Martin. Like he just basically built the mythos and like the universe itself, and like that was his whole involvement in it. And then the From Software team did what From Software does best, and they just built this whole story and all these characters and everything. Cool, fucking awesome. But you can tell. Like some of the shit, like I've been kind of like watching lore videos as it's been going, trying to figure shit out. I've had to pause and look because whatever George R.R. Martin's mythos that he put in is confusing as fuck. Confusing. There's some like weird shit that just doesn't make sense, and it's like this dude's he's getting old. That's what it is. Yeah. That's all it is. That's all it smells like. Is like you're just getting old.
Fuck. Oh yeah.
Well,
I just picture like George R.R. Martin, like fucking like. It's like a voiceover. He's telling you a story from a land far, far away. And it's got like this narration, and just like cutscene of him just walking, like just in like tidy whities, like down a street, and everybody, people are like, close your eyes, and he's just still like narrating to himself as he's just walking down the street.
Mr. Martin, please come inside. Yeah. I gotta finish my book.
The Elden Lord. He's just muttering to himself. All right, sir, come on. It's macaroni and hot dog night.
Well, I hope what happens with Elden Ring is like they do with some of the other From Software games. I hope we get a big old DLC that's fucking thick and juicy. You know, it'll turn into like we have to find a single item in the game somewhere in this massive world that takes us to a new land. You know, explain some of the shit that they didn't have in the game. I really like. You got to fucking figure out a lockdown time, like you, because we gotta smush. We got to get through some of these bosses. I want to see the end. I held the fire giant, so he's not dead. I found the new area.
Spoilers.
Oh.
God damn.
I mean, it's been what? 2 weeks?
My girl could have been listening.
She could have. She's smashing Elden Ring. Just tell her to be come and play for me. We got to get Sean leveled up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, start a new character.
Yeah.
Start a new character. Maybe a different. I don't know. If I'm being honest, there's so many times where I'm like, I want to remember this for the next character. It's so gone. It's-
There's too much. It's sensory overload. It really is. Like, I'm glad that the community is kept up. Like, Fighting Cowboy, fucking a few other people have been like, don't forget these are the fucking kick-ass items. Oh, here's a build you can play with. You know, like those guys early on, because those are nice reference points. Like was talking about, like my favorite list on YouTube is just fucking Elden Ring builds and like playthroughs. You know,
items like the best weapon you need to have, and it's like I don't even use fucking swords, but I'll fucking save you for later. It's like,
I really want to fuck around with some like full like crossbow dex builds, some bleed builds. Like I almost respect some of my points on my main character, and I was like, oh, there's just so much shit I want to do. Like
we
getting,
got all these larval tears.
I know, I've got a fucking stack of them. Yeah,
Makes you think you're like, start looking at like the swords I have. Like I could just fuck around for a little bit if I really wanted to.
I think the big thing I've been holding off on too, because I'm 125. I've been holding off on leveling up because I'm trying to figure out where the community's trying to like, where they're trying to like agree upon a like a good soul level for dueling. Because like what'll end up happening, at least what I'll do, and I've done in the other games, is like whatever the soul level that the community picks, I'll just end up PvPing on like that main character. Like once I have all the items and shit like that. I think everybody's gonna be shooting for like 150 or that range of like 135, 150 or something like that. So like I'm trying to hold off, but like I really need to get to 150. I think that that's where the build like.
I think I saw a video of a guy who said he was keeping his at like 145. And he was kind of saying like the similar thing. He was like, I don't really know where everybody's head's at and where it's gonna be, but I feel like this is a comfortable point for me to just kind of fucking hang out around. And he had, I think, like 30 million souls or something that he hadn't spent.
Yeah, because you could just sit for hours and farm. So, but it's like one of those things where even if I spent, because I was looking at it, like to get from 125 to 150, I'm gonna need like upwards of like 200 million souls or something like that. No, wait, I think my math is all fucked up on that. 25 million.
200 million. That's
25.
That's chunky.
25 million. I think is what I need. It's like 100K per level at this point. It's like 109 per level.
Yeah.
So like 25 mil.
We're getting up there,
bro. It's too much. It's way too much. I'm getting to a point where like I'm hoping I can put something together to farm out the last 25 levels. And I got to one of the areas where someone was talking about like it's like one of the best farm places. Like, okay, cool. So I'll figure it out from there. But
well, on that note, we'll figure it out from there.
Mm-hmm.
To everybody who's listening, if you were stuck at a grace and you're wondering where you can get help, put in password Brad capital B. You may get me. You may get Trevor. You may get, what was his name? Ragnar. You might get Ragnar.
Oh man, if you get Ragnar though, that dude fucks.
Ragnar fucks. Beans. Beans is one to look out for.
Yeah.
Beans is solid.
Beans is, but it's not just beans. It's capital B space capital E space capital A capital N capital S. So
that's how you know it's the kid from Even Stevens.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, man.
All right.
Thank
you all for joining us. Bye.
Love you, everybody.
Kisses.
Fuck you if you rated it 1 star.
Get good, bitches.